All right, let's get this going here. Um, I got the Chiefs pulled up. Let me send out this tweet real quick. Make sure to give everyone an opportunity to get in here if they want to talk. There we go. Okay. So I know some people are still doing their cursory watch of Bengals all 22. NFL moves too fast to be sitting behind, not doing anything. I do have a clip. Let me get that pulled up real quick. Actually, I have a couple here. Let me figure out how I'm going to do this here. Here we go.
Opener, first play of the second quarter is where we pick it up. Patriots with 3rd and goal from the 3. Ramondre Stevenson taking the handoff, running it in for the touchdown, and the Patriots leave 7-0. 5 minutes to play in the half. Bengals 2nd and 11 for the 15. Burrow throwing it to the corner of the end zone for Mike Gesicki. After further review, the ball comes loose, though, and the touchdown is overturned. The very next play, 3rd and 11. Burrow, the short pass to Tanner Hudson. He fumbles at the goal line. It's recovered by Marcus Jones. Mistakes across the board.
This is a ball play. Hustle by Kyle Duggar, ball awareness, and Marcus Jones, Johnny on the spot. The dude does play 18 positions.
7 minutes to play. Bengals trailing 16-7. Burrow sacked by Keon White. White had 2.5 sacks on the day. Patriots pull off the upset. And let's hear from Burrow after this game.
Yeah, we had our opportunities, didn't take advantage of them. Not our best day. So we'll come back, learn from it, come back next week. They're taking it away. They did a good job. They had a good plan. So I was just taking underneath, taking what they gave me. We'll watch tape and see if we had some other opportunities to get the ball down the field and figure that out.
Jamar Chase was the only Bengals pass catcher who showed up on Sunday. He caught all 6 of his targets, half of which went for first downs. Reminder, he still doesn't have a deal. All the other Bengals pass catchers caught 15 of their 23 targets and averaged just over 4 yards per attempt. Tanner Hudson also fumbled at the 2-yard line for a turnover, as we just showed you there. Dan, how much of this performance was actually on Joe Burrow?
Yeah, some. Okay, Joe, I don't think Joe played well. I don't think he felt the pocket well. I don't think he saw coverage well. I'm going to say the same stuff about the Bengals offense that I've said for the last year. I'm shocked that there was nothing different about this offense. It's efficient, and that's it. That's the only thing they are. And when I hear Joe go, well, I took what they gave me underneath, that's all teams give them is underneath. And the Bengals, I expected different. I expected something to give me something more than catch and throw football. They don't have tight ends that can block in the run game. The timing of their offense is not good. They play spread out shotgun football and think that they're going to drive down the field 15 plays at 4 yards a catch. I thought I was going to get something different out of this offense. I know it's one game, but I'm so freaking frustrated watching this offense play football when all they do is line up in the shotgun and throw 4-yard route.
I feel like Dan Orlovsky doesn't watch film because I do agree they need to show something a little bit different there, but saying you have no tight ends who could run block is factually incorrect because Drew Sample and Eric All did a fantastic job in the run blocking game on Sunday. So, again, agree on some, disagree on others. If you really want to talk about where everything needs to be set, or where the blame needs to be set, Burrow didn't play a good game. The offensive line should have performed even better. The defensive line should have performed better. I mean, it's on all different levels, but again, we had no physicality, no aggression on defense or on offense, and that's just not Bengals football. But anyways, we said we're scrapping it. We're moving on. It's week 2 time. I know some other people just got their all 22. We're on to the real all 22 that we need to be paying attention to, which is the Chiefs. So we'll kind of ignore this. I don't know why they put the kickoffs in on part of their offense. I don't really care about the kickoffs. I wish there was a setting where I could just like toggle off all the special team stuff, but I cannot. But dynamic kickoff. Okay, yeah, that is false. I feel the frustrating part. Oh, definitely. So let's pause right here. This is primarily the Chiefs are going to run a lot out of shotgun. I don't have the numbers up. I will probably get them here in a minute. But this is the matchup of the game. This will dictate if the Bengals win or lose. Let me go ahead and get J-Dub up here. This is going to dictate how our Sunday goes. 1, 2, 3. These three guys against our 2 or sometimes 3 right here, or maybe even just one guy. That's going to dictate how you guys are feeling Sunday night when Sunday Night Football starts. Obviously, Creed Humphrey is incredible. They have 2 of the best guards in the NFL, and Joe Thuney and I'm blanking on his name, Trey Smith. In my personal opinion, this right here is going to dictate the entire game. The tackle matchups, I do think could potentially favor us, but again, I thought our tackle matchups were favorable against our edges on last week's game. They were not. The next matchup to watch before we really dive in and we watch this film, they have 2 really fast wide receivers, Xavier Worthy and Rashee Rice. They're going to be up here at the top of the screen. Looks like they have Juju running some motion here. They have Taylor Swift's boyfriend right here, Isaiah Pacheco. We know all about him. Again, I don't think Isaiah Pacheco is the most incredible running back in the league. I think he's good. I think he's really carried by these 3 big uglies right here. And then they have just a ton of depth behind Travis Kelce. They have Noah Gray. They just drafted a kid this year. Travis Kelce, I feel like, kind of getting phased out of the offense, but he will still fuck up your linebackers if you're not ready. And you'll see on reps in this game, the Chiefs do a lot of motioning either Travis Kelce in or they'll put him out, and then they'll move either a Rashee Rice or an Xavier Worthy in here. Well, yeah. We do play them at 4:25, not Sunday night, but how we're going to feel Sunday night when that game kicks off is going to be dictated by this one. But
Yo,
what's up, J-Dub? What's up, Trim? Welcome in, guys.
man, I gotta say something real quick. I get it's week 2, but it's like I'm still coping from the loss, but it's like, dang, we got the Chiefs right after, and the Chiefs already talking. So I was in a litter box, right?
Yep.
What is up with this? The Chiefs is our Super Bowl. Like, where does people getting that from?
I don't know, because to me, I mean, here, I'll write the moral of this game right here. This is all it is.
Thank you.
It's week 2 out of 18.
And it's like I get it. Like I'm not the one to do the 3-1s because like we got people in our division that do that to us, but like they act like we can't beat them. I'm like, last time I checked, I think they get in that we're the Super Bowl with we beat them to get to a Super Bowl. I think they getting that mixed up. But I think that's just them trying to hype themselves up because they nervous.
I think
Bro,
they are a little
bro,
nervous.
the litter box is full of fake politicians and fucking counselors.
Man, I had to get. Hey, I clipped that dude. I clipped, even though it was recorded space. I clipped that. They said they was gonna. What is it? They gonna dog walk or something like that, or it was gonna be a Thanksgiving feast. I'm like, I was just listening.
I mean, no
Man,
disrespect. Like, I love Tina. I love Tina. She just does a good job in there. She always shows me love. But the rest of those motherfuckers, bro, they're in there at fucking like 5:00 in the morning, bro, yelling and screaming.
Before they even brush their teeth, they're arguing football.
That's what I'm saying.
But, I mean, the Chiefs are going to say whatever they're going to say. In all honesty, win, lose, draw, this is your second opportunity out of 17 games, 18 weeks to prove that you're a good football team. So Again, is it going to really hurt if you lose? I do think so, because no one wants to go 0-2. That's why winning week 1 is so important. But it's also the great part is you kind of have to throw it away because you get another opportunity to prove you're going to be great a week later. So, yeah, I mean, we identified the key matchup, which is this interior O-line. If you want to go even deeper, I think Cam Taylor-Britt and Dax Hill are probably going to be locking up mostly Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy. Rashee Rice, as you saw on Thursday night, he is fast on and off the football field. So that is a guy to keep an eye on. If you are not ready to tackle, speaking directly to our 2 corners, our safeties, our linebackers, I do not like how that graphic looks. Good thing it's spaced out. But if you're not ready to tackle at the second and third level of your defense, it's going to be a long day. So,
is Hollywood Brown going to play? Do you know?
Not sure on that yet. Not sure. If he plays, there's another speedster you got to worry about.
Yep.
And then they still have Juju, who I'm not worried about. Juju's probably going to clam up because Von Bell's there.
Yeah, I don't care about Juju.
I wonder if they still put Rashee Rice in the slot because that's going to be him versus Pratt. And we saw how he did Roquan, but I think Pratt a little bit more athletic than
We're not going to
Roquan.
do that.
We're not going to put ourselves in a situation.
Let's just call this their O-line. Here's Mahomes. Let's say they line up Kelsey over here. Let's say they put Rice here. Hollywood's out here. You could put Pacheco in the backfield. And then, whatever. Just something like that, right? If the Bengals are going to come out with like a Hendrickson and probably a Hubbard, unfortunately, Sheldon Rankins and BJ Hill, I see us running a nickel most of this game. I feel like you kind of have to, except for certain situations, obviously. So a nickel is basically just you're going to bring in a guy. You're going to run light on your linebackers. You're still going to have your 2 safeties here. So you're still going to have, Geno Stone, Von Bell. You're going to now put your nickel, which is normally Mike Hilton. I think if Rashee Rice is in the slot, maybe you look at putting a DJ Turner because he has the speed to keep up right there. You're going to keep your Logan Wilsons and your Jermaine Pratts right here. And then over on this side, you're going to put your Cam Taylor-Britt, and over here, you're going to put your Dax Hill. We're going to run, again, this is just a basic thing. I think it's going to be looking a little bit different. Obviously, Lou's going to disguise it. You might bring these guys down, show a double A gap, and then they're going to fan out off the snap. They could go. You could rush 6. We've seen it. Max and I don't like it. We talked about it, but you could drop your edges here. You could drop down into a cover 1. You could do a lot of different things out of this, but I do think the personnel, if we look at snap count, if it's a close game, you're going to want to primarily see the Bengals in a nickel because we do not have a 4-3 that can keep up with the Chiefs. And I think dime might be a little too soft because you do have to worry about this guy right here and these 3 right here. And if now you're taking another linebacker off the field to run a dime, even if you are bringing a Jordan Battle who's physical, he could play the box, that's still a smaller dude you're bringing in. And these guys, this whole unit here, gets to the second level at arguably one of the best rates in the NFL. So
I got a quick question. If you was Lou, which wide receiver would be the one that you primarily is focused on not going off?
I would probably try to keep Rashee Rice under wraps. I guess what I would do if I'm Lou, let's just call this our defense right here. Then we'll just run it outside corner on either side. And let's just do the nickel idea. If I'm Lou, what I would probably look to do is if you get a Rashee Rice, I feel like they're going to keep Worthy in the slot. They're going to put Rice on the outside. They're going to either put Hollywood or Juju over here. I'm I'm not necessarily worried about Cam and Hollywood because I'm just going to move a safety over the top. You can run a cover 2 man. You could just run a zone where you have him take him deep. And you could either have your safety rotate down, or you could have your safety just kind of patrol this middle and play like a cover 4 kind of look, or maybe a cover 3 potentially. I think the MO for the Bengals this week is you need to make them sustain drives and beat you, and you need to try to win the turnover battle or just stay even in the turnover battle. We went minus, that didn't even show up on the screen here. We went -2 in the turnover battle last week, and that netted us minus 10 points. So you can't really be doing that consistently. If you do that against the Chiefs, it's probably going to be a 21-point game instead of just a 6-point game. That's the quality of competition we're talking about. So, again, Lou Anarumo knows more about defense than I will ever know. And he's probably forgotten more about defense than I'll ever know. But just my basic fundamental understanding of defense and what I would like to see. Again, no more edges dropping into coverage. The only thing I would be okay with, I mean, we'll just call this Trey right here, and we'll call this Sam right here. I want Trey consistently rushing the passer. The only thing I'd be okay with, we saw it in the AFC Championship game, is you had Sam Hubbard kind of drop over here and play a quarterback spy, but we were still rushing with whoever's out there, so a Sheldon Rankins, a BJ Hill, whoever it may be. If you want to drop Sam, because now you're moving you're probably moving Logan Wilson over onto whatever tight end they want to run. You can have Pratt kind of patrol a zone. I prefer Logan Wilson in coverage. And then, you are going to have to mix some things up because they have some crazy personnel that create some issues for us. But the good thing is with their speed, we also have speed on this defense. So, if they're going to come out in something like this is Hollywood Brown, this is Cam Taylor-Britt, you need to ask CTB to just make him completely invisible for this matchup. And if this is going to be Dax Hill on a Rashee Rice, I mean, you're going to ask him to just blanket him, and you're going to give him safety help over the top, whether that's Geno Stone or Von Bell. Whatever you want to do, you could just have him, again, you've probably seen this on Madden where the corner drops. You could have him shade over the top. You could have this just be a cover 2 shell. Again, I think a primary look I would go for, depending on the down and distance situation, you could call a twist right here. That would be nice. I feel like we didn't see a lot of those watching the game back. Try to create some confusion. You're not going to get anything on Creed Humphrey right here. So you're going to need someone to just kind of take up a double team and free someone up. Let's say they put Travis Kelce or somebody here. It's where you're just going to move a Logan Wilson over. I would be cool if you drop Hubbard and you blitz with Pratt off the side, or you bring in a Mike Hilton and you do that corner blitz right there to try to speed it up. Don't let Mahomes hold the ball forever, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Again, there's so many different ways that Lou could go about this. He could just rush 3 and drop 8, and that's worked before. There's every play call is going to have a counter play call to it. It's a chess match between these guys, and Lou kind of lost the chess match a bit last week. The first play we saw from the Chiefs, it looked like an RPO look. They hit a slant. This is called a sack right here. It's kind of a loss. Let's see what ends up happening here. So Mahomes steps up in the pocket, and it looks like they had a spy on him. Let's run that back real quick.
To see with them, they was getting a lot of pressure on Mahomes too.
Well, kind of. I mean, this is actually, it looked like it was blocked really well. Let me watch this again. It's blocked well here. It's blocked well here. you're going to eventually give up some ground. So what ends up happening, it looks like, is Mahomes steps up in the pocket. They have Trent Simpson kind of, if Mahomes is here, he's stepping up into the pocket. You have Trent Simpson, who's the spy. As soon as he sees Mahomes break through the line, he's there. And then it looked like Matabuke, who was also over here locked up with someone, was able to get free and make a play there. So they played the spy perfectly there.
Isn't Trey gonna be on their rookie? What is it? I forgot his name.
I believe
Kingsley?
so.
Kingsley?
Yeah, Kingsley Sumatea. I believe so.
Yeah, we need a big game from Trey. When we expect more for Trey, that's when he don't. So I'm gonna hold back and say he should eat, but he should be winning that matchup.
I don't think Kingsley had a very good game last week. I'll have to pull it back up. I did see some numbers. It look, if I remember right, there's a clip of Chris Collinsworth who was trying to talk him up as he was getting destroyed on a rep, which is pretty funny. But so again, here, let's go back to the other view here. This is what I'm talking about, where we brought this up yesterday. You move, or again, it's more of a bunch formation. But what you end up creating is Roquan, who's right here. It looks like they're showing a blitz here. Roquan now has to drop out into coverage, and his responsibility as a guy, he has no opportunity to cover. Like, Roquan is not covering this kid at all. And you can see what happens here. He gets absolutely exposed. So motion out, the rules change. He goes out, in, and Roquan has no opportunity, and there's a pretty good chunk play right there. And again, I think we'd agree, Roquan, he's not a bad linebacker, but there's just nothing you could do. Even if he gets to his spot, again, it's a deep drop, but even getting to his spot, he just runs the out and in just like so perfectly. There's the speed.
We gotta keep our assignments because that's the type of play we'll bite on.
Yeah, let's see this again here. Let's see who ends up collapsing. The edge collapses in. Not again, it looks like part of the scheme. It looks like how they were reading it. So if you see right here, I can't quite read his name. It's a little blurry, but he is lined up way outside here.
That's Van Noy.
That's Van Noy? Okay. Thank you for that. I can't really read that. On my screen, it's super blurry, but you have Van Noy lined up all the way out here. I mean, you could really just call this a wide 9 at this point with how wide out he is. He's over the tight end here. And he is responsible for keeping the edge integrity here. And is this Owe? He's responsible for keeping the edge integrity here. What ends up happening is he kind of comes inside a little bit. And now you're going to have all these guys crashing down. You're going to have him get stuck. And they're going to go right past where his responsibility is. Now let's see how the linebackers flow too. We'll watch this again. So it's a great block to Travis Kelce. Yeah. And great ball carrier vision. You get the ball in the hands of one of the speedsters that you just drafted. And, it looks really easy. It's a perfect play call against that alignment too.
I feel like they're going to be targeting Mike Hilton in this game, like they always do.
Like I was about to say, they always target Mike Hilton. And the issue now is their slot receiver can cook. So unless if they put Juju in the slot, which I don't see them doing, that's a bit better of a matchup for 21. But I really don't want to see him lined up too many times against a Rashee Rice or Xavier Worthy. Jordan Battle not being on the field is criminal, especially with all the poor tackling. I mean, yes and no. I do think that Jordan Battle played really good at times last year. There were some also some games where it looked like he wasn't where he's supposed to be. And for Lou, that drives him crazy. So Duke Tobin making that call. I think so. I also think it's a Lou Anarumo call. So they run a double tight end here. Out of shotgun again. But the thing that makes the Chiefs so difficult is how versatile this is. Because you have Travis Kelce, you have Noah Gray right here. They can both block. They can both chip and release. They can run routes. They're both threats. So when we talk 12 personnel, if they choose to run here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you still have this guy right here who's a nightmare mismatch. And then I can't really tell who this is down here. But the Ravens, to counter that, they keep their 4-3 right here. Well, this is actually Kyle Hamilton. So it is a nickel look. You have Hamilton playing the 3. But if one of these big guys comes crashing down, Kyle Hamilton typically not going to be able to make a play at those big bodies if they can execute. They end up passing out of it. A quick little dump off pass to Pacheco. And with having to honor the 12 personnel by not getting as much speed on the field, they give that play up. Because I do not see Trent Simpson out there. And Roquan is not a coverage linebacker. So that's also something to keep an eye out for the Bengals. Heavy doses of All and Sample coming? I really hope so. Really hope so, because All and Sample were very, very, very good on Sunday. 2 players who actually deserved a lot more praise than I think they're getting right now. And again, they put Rasheed in the slot. Once we get to this.
That middle was wide open.
This guy right here cannot cover number 4. And you're right. This right here is completely open space. So all Rasheed has to do is get to the open space. Mahomes will find him. That's exactly what they do. It's a bad mismatch. Boom. And again, the versatility of their tight ends. They still have 2 right here. Biggest takeaway so far. So we've only done the Chiefs' offense so far. I think the biggest takeaway is the versatility of their offense. And keep an eye on these 3 guys on the interior of the offensive line against our 2. Or, if we're going to run a 0, hopefully Justin Rogers gets the call up. We'll see. But it's how they're able to run heavy personnel, but it's also versatile enough where you can, split out wide here. You can split out wide here, and they're both competent threats, have to be respected on the outside, or you can motion them back in, and then you could just run the football with this. It's this offense is a headache to deal with. Ravens get a good run stop here. You get this big boy right here who kind of blows the play up. He clogs the lane. He takes on Creed Humphrey. He holds up well. Everyone's able to flow in and make a tackle. Really, and again, this play is something I think the Chiefs are going to look to run against us, try to get the ball to their playmakers in space and force us to tackle. And They fly to the ball, group tackle, good fundamental defense, something the Bengals did not do on Sunday. So that's a problem you got to figure out quickly. And then this is the key. They get home with 1, 2, 3, 4. They didn't have to commit any extra bodies here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see who gets it here. Owe bends the edge on him. Trey Hendrickson's better than Odafe Owe too. So again, that's a situation that you want to keep an eye on if you're a Bengals fan. If Trey Hendrickson's able to win his one-on-ones, then could be a good day. I feel like that's the one way to kind of shut down this Chiefs offense a little bit is to keep them to, like 2nd and 10, 3rd and 8, get them going backwards instead of going forwards. Oh, that's right. There was a turnover, a Lamar fumble. Trying to run a little trickery here. I think that gets fucked up because of a hold, too. You have Pacheco come in, take the snap. Pacheco goes this way. Mahomes going back this way. I'm curious to see what Rashid does here because if he goes out for a route here, that's, some kind of option or something like that. That could be something to keep an eye on. The Chiefs like to do some weird, funky shit from time to time. See motion in Pacheco, take the snap. No, it looks like Rashid's not even looking to run a route. So they don't have anything, at least on film, because again, if you have Rashid here, let's say this is Pacheco, this is Mahomes. If you get all the defense flowing this way off of a Pacheco run, and then he flips it back to Mahomes who's coming this way, that could be something there that they could look to build off of. Oh, sorry, guys. Get that white screen out of here.
Rice was wide open.
Was he? Let's see this. Little sit route. Again, a lot of pre-snap motion right here. Should have maybe, it's a tough catch. Should have been a catch, in my opinion. It hits you in the hands. You get paid to catch the football. You should probably do that. But this right here shows Mahomes, who now knows what kind of coverage the defense is going to play. And now he gets his read like for basically free all pre-snap. And that's again why we were talking about it yesterday. The Bengals need to get Jamar going in motion this way. It could be really anybody, but the defense is going to pay more attention to Jamar. They're going to show their hands a bit earlier if you're moving Jamar all around the formation. Like that's going to be the guy they key in on. J-Dub, what are you seeing so far, man? What are you thinking?
Man, I'm trying to see. I'm really trying to see how they what's the word? What's their priority routes, or what route they like running a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and seeing how our defense can do that. Like they do a lot of motion, we do a lot of motion, so our defense should be used to that motion.
Mm-hmm.
And like this, the game, like we need to communicate.
Did you
Cause
know we
who
were
good at
bottom 4 in the NFL last week in terms of pre-snap motion?
that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Cause in practice, that looked like that's what they was only doing with the motion.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was about to say. Right here, pre-snap motion again. They're using Noah Gray. They're moving them all around here. And again, it's just for a run. It's just a simple motion out, and then he comes back, and he gets the block. We saw it with Eric All a little bit. Eric All excelled at that. Again, pre-snap motion. You motion Travis Kelce in. Now he's a flat route. Again, not a big gain, but you're helping your quarterback get some pre-snap reads here.
And you see what they doing? They're going for the tackle, not the ball.
I mean, the Bengals just need to do some tackling, like just drills in practice. I don't exactly get. I mean, I understand. I feel like I watched a good amount of games. I know I was at the Bengals game, so I missed some 1 o'clocks. I tried to come back and watch as many as I could. There were a lot of missed tackles all across the league. I feel like that's just a matter of rust. But the Bengals just seemed levels ahead of the rest of the league in terms of the amount of missed tackles. So, not sure if it's something we're doing incorrectly in our preseason, or you know what I mean, but something to keep an eye on. Again, you have Roquan down here. I don't think they're going to start cheering for you 9-9. You can try to pump them up all you want. I feel like they probably hate you. Again, look how many down linemen they have here. They're showing 5. They only rush 4. They drop 1 out. Mahomes has to hold on to the ball, make some magic, and he does just that because, of course, he does. It's Patrick Mahomes. I think one of the big keys for the Bengals' defensive front this week, if you're going to show a look like this, which is meant to confuse the quarterback, who's coming, who's dropping, you have an opportunity right here. And we saw it a little bit with Brisket yesterday or 2 days ago.
We can't call him Brisket. We gotta call him his real name, Brisket. We don't have the power to call him Brisket no more.
You can't be done like this. You can't let him evade, get out of the pocket. Now you're in a true scramble drill. Mahomes and Travis Kelce are 2 of the best in terms of running a scramble drill. Good luck guarding Travis Kelce, even if he's slow and a little bit washed up at this stage. I mean, good luck holding on because he's going to run a route. And I feel like this one is the one they showed where he cuts across the field. He kind of shows he's going back, and then he just hammers it. And Mahomes gets that to the sideline. Again, you can't look like this
about
guy.
Corners stay with their receivers because no play is over with Mahomes.
Nope. But as a defensive line, you got to settle down a little bit there. If you see that you have a free shot at a QB, there's so many times I see it all across the league where these guys get so antsy to get a sack that they don't calm down, and properly contain the quarterback and create that negative play. So many of these broken plays, we've seen Burrow do it. Guys come in a little bit too high. They're not getting him around the waist. They're getting him around the shoulders. He's able to kind of dip under. You're able to sidestep and move laterally to get out of that. Again, and Trey Hendrickson had the same problem. Just, I understand you're moving fast. You need to just kind of keep calm in those situations and just remember your technique at all times. And I feel like that's something that, a guy like Myles Garrett and TJ Watt does really well. They know they beat you. They're very calm in that moment where they're closing in on the sack or they're closing in on the TFL or whatever it is. And that's why I feel like they're able to execute at a different level than some of these other guys. And especially for those big D tackles, because they don't get as many opportunities as those edge rushers do. But if you have a shot at Patrick Mahomes and put them in a negative situation coming up on second or third down, you have to execute on that. You can't let this guy float out of the pocket because he's going to kill you eventually. That's a bad drop by 87 right there.
He's not going to drop those against us.
Does anyone drop anything against us?
Nope.
And, again, this is something that I feel like you might see with the Bengals. They're going to drop zones like the Ravens just did. They drop a zone. Travis Kelce, he clears right underneath of it. If you hit him in stride, he can turn up the field and go. Mahomes off his back foot, you got to pick that. Same thing I said about Geno Stone. He gives you a gift, you got to take it. So they end up getting a field goal here, right? Yep. That's an interception. You keep 3 points off the board. And they do end up cashing in on one, I feel like. Was that right before halftime? J-Dub, were you in here watching that with us when it happened live?
Yeah, that was before, when Mahomes threw that pick in the middle, and then Roquan picked it.
Oh, yeah. Because, again, I think he threw off his back foot. Roquan's just kind of playing a middle zone or something.
But it kind of also like miscommunication.
Mm-hmm. That'll be a good one to see back here.
The receiver went out. We went outside. Mahomes threw it in the middle. He thought he was going to cut in the inside, and Roquan was there.
Of course, Roquan's big dumbass was there.
But I also believe they're going to have a chipper for Hendrickson.
More than likely, Travis Kelce or Noah Gray. If your rookie struggling against Oweh, then yeah, I definitely could see a chip. It's a good rep by him right here, though. He kind of gets forced back into the QB. There it is. We were just talking about this. We'll slow it down to half speed for this.
But that's what we need, pressure in Mahomes' face.
Mm-hmm.
That make him speed up his clock.
So we'll watch this back a couple times because this could be something. Again, they're showing tight end, motion out, motion back in, or motion in, back out. So stop right here. You can see what kind of coverage they're showing. It looks like Mahomes is looking here. I feel like that's open. I know he's watching, but Mahomes has the arm strength. I feel like you could hammer this to the sideline, get a good gain, get out of bounds. You are in the 2-minute drill. You have 1 minute and 50 seconds left, if you could see that in the top left of your screen here. Again, I feel like the pocket is relatively good right here around Mahomes. He is going to get pressured a bit. You do have a guy leaking out of the backfield. You have Rasheed cutting across the middle. Roquan is just sitting on that route. He's too deep to make a play here. You can crash in on him or you can crash down here. But again, I feel like you have 1, 2, 3 open guys right here if you're Patrick Mahomes. Let's see what happens here again. Let me press play. Gets a little bit of pressure in his face from the interior.
Did he drop the snap? Looked like he dropped the snap.
I don't think he dropped it. We'll see it from the other angle if he did. You get a little bit of pressure in here in his face. He didn't make a quick enough decision to get the ball out here, here, or here. So it looks like he held on to it just a bit too long. So now you're pressured. He's kind of fading away a little bit. He's throwing off of his back foot. And again, Roquan is staying home, and he's right there for the read. So we have one more angle of this one, too, coming up. It should be the behind. I think they're moving the right way. Instead of behind the defense, it should be behind the offense. Yeah, here we go. Again, showing 12. Double tight and look, motion in, motion across. He gets to read pre-snap what kind of coverage they're playing. Yeah, just a little bit of pressure. He didn't drop the snap or anything. It looks like he just got some interior pressure. So Sheldon Rankins, there you go. And that interior pressure kind of fucked him up a little bit. I feel like, yeah, this right here is the end of the first half for them. Do we want to break down their victory formation, or I guess you can't call it at this point? But
Man, the only time they're gonna do that against us is if they have the ball going into halftime.
All right, here we go. Start of the third quarter. This is their first drive, their first play. They get it to Isaiah Pacheco. The Ravens defense had some moments where they looked really, really good. I think Olave had to deal with number 14. You know, you'd maybe like to see him not get blocked there, but that's a good tight end. He's able to string the play out. People are able to fly up and make the tackle. The thing I will say, I fucking hate the Ravens. I think we all know that. We all hate the Ravens. They'll fly up and they'll make tackles as a team. They'll group tackle a lot, which is something I feel like was kind of missing on Sunday. There's a lot of one-on-one situations. But with all that being said, you're still dropping Kyle Hamilton deep. You're asking Roquan to cover Travis Kelce. No one can really cover Rashee Rice on that Ravens defense. Marcus Williams especially can't. Watching this game, I think the Chiefs have fun players. I don't think they have elite receivers yet. Oof.
Man, we need to play Jordan Battle this game. I don't care. Did this feel like his type of game?
And this is why Mahomes makes the big bucks right here. Again, a heavier look. A free rusher, make him miss, and look at that. This is one of those games where if Miles was healthy, you'd love to see him out there. Because I do not trust Sam Hubbard in a one-on-one situation with Patrick Mahomes at this stage.
But as you see, they really attacking the middle of that field. They really not pushing anything outside.
I think they isolated that the Ravens linebackers are not very good in coverage. Now, this is where I feel like the Ravens did pretty well on Thursday. They really stiffened in the red zone. There's Isaiah Pacheco taking someone for a ride.
Do you think it's possible we can watch a little bit of when we played them last season? I know Brown didn't play, but
yeah,
yeah,
we could pull that up. I think today we're going to do Chiefs offense. I think tomorrow's Chiefs defense. And I'll break it up like that. So we can watch some of what they did against us last year. And then tomorrow it'll be on the flip side. It'll be the Chiefs defense. Good coverage by Trent Simpson. He did a better job there than Roquan. Pretty similar look here. And that was one of the things. Trent Simpson, a little bit undersized. I don't think he's going to be as good in the run game, but he's fast, super athletic. He is much better in coverage than this guy right here. Again, they're getting pressure. How many guys did they bring there? It looked like 3. Owe, Matabuke. No, they brought 4. You had 2 guys meet at the QB, and it fucked up his timing. Oh, that's the one they called roughing the passer on, I think, right?
They call it. I don't remember them calling it roughing the passer.
I think they did. I think he touched him in the face mask or something. It didn't affect the play at all, but they called roughing on that. Motions Pacheco out. It's a great play setup.
Yo, he just took Roro out the club.
Roquan fall off season. I'm here for it. Couldn't happen to a better guy.
Talking all that crap last season.
Bro, that clip, who was it on the Chiefs who was saying, look at his sad ass when he's up at the podium? You
I think it
remember that?
was Donovan Smith.
Donovan Smith? That shit's funny, dude.
He said, "Oh, look at him talking all night. Look at his sad ass. Look, he up there sad, just sad." That's like one of my favorite clips of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Cause after that, they was doing that F Joe Burrow, and he was like, "By Cincinnati, my hate for him, like," and I really didn't even care about him. It was like ever since then, he been cocky since he been to the Ravens. Now they
Oh,
calling
yeah.
him Ray Lewis. Like, come on now, Ray Lewis won't get taken out the club like that.
No. Ray Lewis is one of the scariest players in the NFL. I would not have wanted to play against that guy. That clip of Chad trying to block him, he like comes to the side and he's like, I tried to block Ray. I tried to blindside him.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that shit didn't work out for you, did it, Chad?
I'm glad he's still okay from that.
Here's the new kickoff rules, which is the same as the old kickoff, except they get the ball at the 30 instead of the 25. There's Pacheco to the edge. That's something that does kind of worry me. We saw it on Sunday. The Bengals really struggled holding up in run defense on the edge of the defense. And with the Chiefs, I mean, if we run this back right here, look at how many guys they have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You know how much of a bitch it is to not only have enough bodies on the line, because, I mean, they could just crash down on you and wash you out, which they do. I mean, the Ravens do a good job on the back end. Kyle Hamilton, Marcus Williams, they do a good job of flying to kind of cut off the angle. He still gets a good gain out of Pacheco. But not only do you have to worry about the run game here, but you got this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy who can all also run routes out of this as well. You know, whatever route combo you want to see. You can have him run inside out. You can have him run. You can run a flood concept out of this. So instead of that, you can run this. You know, there's so many different things you could do out of this, and they got 9 dudes on the line of scrimmage, and really your point of attack needs to be here, 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 and here. So we'll run it back real quick. Motions across. So they get the defense's eyes looking this way, and then they run it this way. I want to see Chase Brown over Zach Moss. In certain packages, absolutely. I mean, you got to utilize Zach Moss's skill set. There it is. You got to utilize Zach Moss's skill set, which is between the tackles running. He's elusive. Oh, the all-22 just gets choppy here. I forgot about that. And you need to get Chase Brown running to the perimeter of the defense. That's where they're at their best. And it's frustrating watching us on Sunday, like try to hit Zach Moss in the receiving game. I get on a screen, that's fine, but getting Zach Moss to the edge of a defense and trying to throw him the ball or get it to him on a Texas route, or if he just runs like a curl route after chip and release or something, like that's not his game. So just frustrating. It's frustrating watching us misuse our personnel. But it's week 1. We move. Free and easy yards right here. We've never truly given Chase Brown his burn. No, not yet. I mean, I get last year he's a rookie. You have Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon, I feel like, performed pretty well in certain spots, especially when we went a little bit more under center with Jake Browning. But there you go again.
I actually like that Zach and Chase combo. People saying they rather Chase Brown start, but I'd rather Zach Moss start because it's like his style of play. We get that power. I'd rather power to speed than speed to power, unless really
Mm-hmm.
needed. And
I'm
Zach Moss can give you like that because one thing you saw Chase Brown just hit a hole without looking to see because he missed a lot of holes in that prequel. He missed a couple of holes in the preseason game, but like Zach Moss, he can he's a one cut guy. Like he can see the hole stop, then he out of there for like a big yard as we seen in the game last Sunday.
Yeah.
So I really like now. I like that combo now. What my head is, I know what the potential could be, but it's really up to the coaches if they're going to unleash it.
I wouldn't even really call one a true number 1 or a true number 2. The closer to 50-50 they are, the better for me. It's again, like I don't think we have a true number 1 running back. I feel like we did last year. Obviously, that was Joe Mixon. He's kind of your do-it-all guy, run between the tackles, run outside the tackles, catch the football. But, Zach Moss can't do some of those things, and Chase Brown can't do some of those things. So it's knowing what you want to do. And yeah, you might telegraph your plays a little bit. Oh, Chase Brown's in. We got to look more to the perimeter of the defense. Zach Moss is in. They could look potentially to, run between the tackles here, something like that. But, I want to see that snap share about 50-50 as the season goes on, because I think that's when they're at their most effective. It's kind of like what the Giants had. This is probably 10, 15 years
I had
ago.
an interesting question.
Yeah.
Do you think Jordan Battle can be like our cow? Got the same physical attributes, but now they had their defense. They still got the 2 safeties, and we can use Jordan Battle as like that third for like a Cal Hamilton role, because he can stop the run. He stopped the run really good.
He does.
They're going to run the ball.
I don't know about Jordan Battle in coverage the same way I know about Kyle Hamilton in coverage. Like Kyle Hamilton, up until he played Travis Kelce, was nearly flawless in coverage last year. I do think he serves a role, and I think we'll see that role change as the season goes on. Interior pressure, forcing Mahomes to escape out of the pocket. He throws it away. It's a win for the defense. I just think, especially week 1, I feel like Lou, he struggled a lot with his personnel decisions, and I feel like he didn't show a ton. I'm not saying he was like holding plays back or anything like other people are saying, but I feel like he wanted to get his guys who he's going to ride with this year. He wanted to get them out there and get them acclimated, because I feel like really nobody on our starting defense played snaps outside of Dax Hill. So, I feel like this was kind of like the preseason week 1 for the defense, which is incredibly frustrating, but it is what it is with them. See how much longer is left in this. Looks like 3:46 is this. Okay, so now we're in the fourth quarter here. Let's see how the Chiefs move the ball here. Again, pre-snap motion, Rashee Rice, and that's just a really easy pickup on first down. You go from 1st and 10 to 2nd and 2, your life becomes infinitely easier. More of a heavier look there. Just trying to pick up the first down. They get it with Pacheco. Look at everyone they just motioned in. Number 12, is that Jared Wiley, I believe, the tight end from TCU?
Yeah.
So it looked like they had 3 tight ends out there on that look.
Is Irv Smith someone that the Chiefs?
No, I think he got cut. I believe Irv Smith isn't there.
I'm not surprised. You know, even after Gesicki dropped that touchdown, he was still better than Irv Smith ever did the whole season.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's a tough catch. It's one you'd hope Gesicki would make, but he'll get another shot. Again, like you can forgive a guy for that. It's a difficult catch. You just can't forgive Tanner Hudson for what he did. That's just inexcusable. Oof. You see what happened to 23 there? He got put in a blender. Watch this run by Pacheco.
I know that wasn't who I thought it was.
There's Trent Simpson. He gives him a little out in.
Oh my
gosh. I hope our linebackers are ready, man. That's disgusting. Not like a huge gain or a home run or anything, but that is disgusting being able to do that in those tight quarters.
See, our linebackers don't do that. We wait to see what they're going to do, then attack. He just attacked.
Well, we could have done a little more attacking out of our linebackers. Again here, heavy personnel. They just run that all game.
See, it just at the end of the day, it just ends with who's more physical at the line. Starts in the trenches. That's the whole game is in the trenches.
And then look at this. They go from being in a heavy personnel to now they're able to spread you out wide with 2 of the fastest receivers. Should have been 15 more right there. Watch number 0's dirty ass here. Now you're back to 12 personnel again. Ravens defense does a good job of stringing that out. It is.
You see why Owe kept containment.
99. Right here. He stays outside, peels off his blocker. He makes a play. Again, pre-snap motion. It looks like they have Juju in the slot here. I could live with that. You have Pacheco. Coverage breakdown.
I'm fried.
See what really happened here, because this is one I've been curious about for a minute. All right, so you
they were saying
Juju.
It was miscommunication.
Mm-hmm. You got Mahomes here. He sends Pacheco out to the flat. So Marlon bumps. Oh, look at that. You had two guys crash down on one right there in the middle of the field, and then there was no one over the top. And this other safety is too far out of position to get over and make a play.
That player on the outside was supposed to come down to Pacheco, and Humphrey was supposed to keep with Worthy. But both of them was on who was that? Was that Kelsey that came across?
No, it
Or who
was
that?
Juju.
Oh, Juju, yeah.
And that's why pre-snap motion can fuck up a defense.
We don't need that happening this Sunday.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. Do you guys remember who the Ravens lost this offseason?
Mr. Stone. Oh, and McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
And the person that they said he was when he had got hurt, he was out there.
And we had a lot of those happen last year. You guys remember who we lost?
Nick Booty.
In the same offseason, we had to replace both of our safeties. Again, we'll pause.
I don't care.
Right
I still take this as our revenge because Joe actually plans for our 2022 AFC Championship. It's still my revenge game. The other one last year don't count.
Let's see here. It kind of glitched for a second. There we go. We're back. I wanted to show this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 at the snap. Now you're motioning. So you're showing a heavy personnel. You're getting pre-snap motion. And now you're letting Travis Kelce come back across the middle of your formation and up. So you're getting him a little bit of a head of steam before he goes to block. Again, pre-snap motion right there. It's every play. Pressure gets there a little quick. Mahomes throws an inaccurate pass.
Ray, I'm about to drop real quick. I'll be back.
Oh, you're good, man. Once this game's over, we're going to pack it up for the day. So you're good.
Oh, all right. If I'm not back by the time you still up, I appreciate you letting me come up.
Yeah, for sure, man. Who day?
Who that?
Pressure gets into Patrick Mahomes there. They're rushing 4, but he's able to evade out of the pocket, make a play. I think that was offsetting penalties right there, if I remember correctly. So they get to redo it. How much time's left? 4:06 here. Check down to Pacheco on second. Oh, he gets the first. That's right, because he landed on the dude and then stayed up. Yep. Pacheco keep his feet moving. Bengals have to be ready to tackle. Again, comes in up high on the tackle. He's able to slip underneath of it and keep moving. Picks up a first down. They get to chew a little bit more clock. So where are we at now? 3:29. Handoff to Pacheco. Patriots are up a touchdown. They're just trying to kill this clock. And this is where, to tie it back in with our game, this is where we struggled right here, is in the trenches, knowing that they're just going to keep running the football on you. And we just couldn't stop it. Couldn't stop it at the point of attack. And, we didn't give our offense another opportunity to go out there and win the game. And, look at this. I mean, yeah, Roquan misses the tackle. Someone else flies up, just barely misses it. But that's not turning into those 10, 15-yard gains. They're still keeping that near the line of scrimmage or behind the line of scrimmage. So how many yards does he gain here? Looks like he actually loses. He might gain like half a yard. So again, this Chiefs team is going to force you to tackle the football, and you have to be ready for that. And if you're not, it's going to be a long day. So we're looking at third down here. So they leave the ball in the hands of Mahomes on third down. The only thing Mahomes really can't do is turn the ball over, and really throwing an incompletion would suck, but it's not the end of the day as long as you don't turn it over. And he damn near throws a pick in a crucial moment. Owe right here makes a great play. No, sorry, that's not Owe. That's Simpson. That's Trent Simpson from Clemson. So Mahomes is able to catch his own pass. They get to take a little bit more time. This is the 2-minute warning right here. They punt. Again, not really going to break down a punt. I don't care that much about punters or punting or anything like that. Good coverage. You get them stuck inside the 15. The Chiefs don't see the ball again for the rest of the day after this because the Ravens end up holding on to it. And, we all know kind of what happened with Lamar. Lamar misses some big-time throws. And, just one toe out of bounds is all it takes. And the Chiefs walk out of here 1-0. So, I think the main takeaways, I'll just like write them on the screen or something. The main takeaways are the Chiefs' interior O-line. That's actually like clipped off of the screen. My bad. I'm doing this off a separate window. Interior O-line is good. They have fast receivers. And they have versatility. There you go. My spelling sucks in this program. So the Chiefs have that ability, and this is something that good championship level teams have. This is something we didn't really have to worry about too much on Sunday. The Patriots don't have this makeup, but the Chiefs have two really fast wide receivers in Rashee Rice. And then they also were showing that they were willing to go to 12 to 13 personnel. They were willing to also go to 11. And they were, they're playing versatile, whether it be 5 wide, being heavy on the line of scrimmage, with like 9 guys up there at times, 8 guys up there at times. Like the Chiefs, like they have so many different ways they can get you. I mean, whether it's, Mahomes breaks contain and now it's a scramble drill with him and Travis Kelce, and Travis gives you a little and he's gone, and Mahomes gets the ball to him. Whether it's Isaiah Pacheco, because they have those 3 guys in the middle of that interior line that can open up anything for him. Whether it's bringing Xavier Worthy on like a little end around reverse, or, you swing Pacheco out of the backfield right here. Someone's going to crash down, take care of him. And then you have Juju run like a kind of a sit route. You have some miscommunication in your DBs. And there goes a guy over the top, and your safety is all the way over here, and you have no one here. There are a lot of different ways that they can beat you. That's not even considering the trickery they like to run a little bit. That one where Pacheco gets the ball, comes this way, and then here comes Mahomes out here. And then you get, a Rashee Rice or somebody right here. You could just run that. You could fake that pitch back, and then you turn this into just almost like a wildcat look here. The Chiefs have a versatility to beat you in a lot of different ways. And on defense, the only thing you can really do is to remember your integrity on the defensive line. So that means that Trey Hendrickson and Sam Hubbard need to hold up. I'll put a 94 there for Sam. They need to be able to hold up so if the run cuts wide, they're there to make a play. These guys in the middle, you just paid him a lot of money. You need him to be able to rush the passer effectively. In terms of your linebackers, these are the two we're going to see on the field the majority of the time. ADG is great. You're not really going to see him too much. Your linebackers need to be able to go out into coverage, and they need to be able to fly up into run support and be ready for these pulling guards. And they will pull Creed Humphrey too. We've seen it a couple times. They have athleticism on that O-line, and they'll pull and they'll get the blockers out in front of Pacheco, and they'll just give him easy lanes to run in. And then in terms of the corners, so we'll start right here, 29, 23 out here. They need to be ready in run support, especially this guy right here, Dax Hill. He has to be ready to tackle. This is a physical game. The Chiefs are going to test him, I feel like, especially early on. He missed so many tackles on Sunday. He cannot have a repeat performance. And your safeties, whatever combination of safeties you're going to put back here. I can't really write the numbers. I'm running out of screen room up here. Your safeties also be ready in run support. Again, I think the Chiefs are at their very best when they're able to run the ball effectively, which means 4, 5, 6 yards per carry, because then they can kill you out of play action with heavy, or they can spread you out wide on second and short, and they can do whatever they want. So if Mahomes makes a mistake, if 15 makes a mistake, you have to make him pay, whether that's actually getting a sack on him instead of letting him do his little sidestep Houdini bullshit and getting out of the pocket, whether that's throwing a pick over the middle of the field to Logan Wilson. You absolutely cannot go -2 in turnovers. This just looks like a whole manifesto. I'm going to start erasing this real quick. You cannot lose the turnover battle against these guys. You cannot let them get to second and third and shorts. They're too good for that. So the keys for me in terms of watching this Chiefs offense, 87 is going to be 87. You got to contain him. I'm not really too worried about shutting him down. You're not going to do that. I think the biggest factor in this game to dictate who's going to win are these numbers right here, 10 and 4. If you're able to neutralize Isaiah Pacheco and make him inefficient, then you are good to go. And if you are able to keep Rashee Rice or even honorable mention Xavier Worthy from making big plays, you are good to go. You have to make this Chiefs team earn it down the field. You can't let them run that Golden State offense where it's just fast, because they can put up points quicker than you, and they will put up points quicker than us. You have to make them inch it down the field and make them patient. You have to keep everything in front of you. You have to tackle well, and you have to make them earn it. I'm going to try to get this one uploaded to the YouTube channel. Let me go ahead and grab that link for everybody real quick in case anyone wants to go subscribe to that. Let's see here. Where do I get that from? Here we go. View channel. Here you go. I'll drop it in the chat right here. Go ahead and subscribe to that. I'm going to be uploading this as soon as we're done. I think tomorrow is the day we go and we flip it. We're going to be watching the Chiefs defense. I am going to bring back that Chiefs-Bengals game from last year, as well as watch the Chiefs-Ravens game to see kind of what they've adjusted from the offseason. But until then, I will talk to you guys later. Hoo day, boys.